Is there a scene that you recall as kind of messing with your head the most to get done?
I mean, most of my scenes were like that, a torment. I mean, when I started this project, I can't remember, I started having sleepless nights, and I don't know if that's more from the sort of things I was sort of watching and accumulating, but also it's nerve-wracking, I think, you always, there's a lot of anxiety, I think, when you're stepping onto a set, and my scenes with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Shannon, and one of my big challenges and jobs was to provoke Jake and get a reaction and keep it fresh, and I never, and also Tom Ford demands such perfection, I think, so I wanted to be prepared, and I wanted to bring as much as I possibly could.
And then my understanding is that you guys spent 3 overnight shoots in the Mojave Desert for that incredible crime sequence, the car sequence. What were your memories of that, as far as what you all went through to get that scene and that sequence right?
Yeah, those 3 nights, we did one scene, whereas Naomi Harris could have done a whole movie.
Exactly.
With a range of crack addiction, age. That took her a month in research. I took 3 months in my work. So she set the bar pretty high there. It was intense. That seems like a weak word I'm using now, but it was grueling, and you know what? I think we were sort of pushing. My job was to push Jake to the brink of a nervous breakdown, and but psychologically affecting someone in that way was pretty. It was like a torment in me. It affected me emotionally and physically. One of those nights, the film crew don't know this, but because we were shooting out in Mojave, and that's about 3 hours away from where I live in Los Angeles, we'd probably done about 2 of these night shoots, and and we were chopping and changing, and we were improvising. We were trying to make it fresh and new, and dialogue's kind of changing. I'm, trying to get a different reaction out of Jake by shocking him and giving some, refreshing. And it affected us so much that I ended up, after that night shoot, I asked if I could be driven home, actually, after the shoot, and they said, well, none of the drivers, they've done their hours and things like that. So I was like, so you need to stay in the motel we were staying at, and I tried, and I was just, so shook up that I actually ended up, calling a friend, and they would come out, pick me up, and we drove all the way back, and just
Really?
so I needed that comfort and security, and I needed to spend one night back at home to be kind of nurtured back almost. It was, but I've never said that before. I've never said anything because actually, it's funny. It's only when you reflect back on these things how, because in the moment, you're doing the best you can, and but you're obviously clearly affecting people around you. But